Hello and welcome to Purge of the Serpentholds, Season 1, Episode 11, Unflinching Vision. I'm Corinne of Roll the Roll, and I'm known as Manic Pixie Girl on Twitter. I hope everyone watching has been washing their hands and maintaining social distance if they can. Before we jump into the recap, I have a few announcements to make. Firstly, I would like to thank Ryan at Simulcray on Twitter for the theme song he created for our show. I'll be linking him in chat right now. You would have heard that while we were waiting. He has open commission slots on a new computer, so hit him up if you need music. I'd also like to thank the Onyx Path for inviting us to run this show. If you haven't picked up the Scarlands Player's Guide yet, you can get it via PDF from Drive-Thru RPG or in print from Indie Press Revolution. Let me link both of those for you. There we go. And then, currently Onyx Path is also running the Kickstarter for Technocracy? That's very hard for me to say. Technocracy Reloaded, which is a supplement for Mage the Ascension 20th Anniversary Edition. With 26 days to go, they have already smashed past their original goal and have funded over $125K. If they can hit $131K for the funding, then it will unlock the Technocracy Reloaded Player's Companion, Technocracy Toy Box 20, and then the Q Division bonus. This PDF supplement will contain even more gadgets, devices, adjustments, and procedures. So get over there and get funding. Here is that link. Boop. Alrighty. Finally, if you'd like to support this show, check out our Ko-Fi. A link is in the chat, and everything for it goes towards making this show better. Without further ado, I'd like to pass the floor to my players. Introduce yourselves, tell us a little about your character, and then we can get going. This time, we'll start with Shawnee, since we were missing you last week.
Hi, I'm Shawnee of Showcat Cosplay. I play a Manticore Ranger that's obsessed with boxes and now yarn.
Alrighty, and please let me know if you can't hear anyone particularly well or anything like that. Shawnee, can you speak one more time for me?
Hello.
Okay, I think we can hear you. Perfect. If you can't hear anyone, let me know. Rune, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Rune. I do art things all across the internet. I play the most extra elf to ever enter existence, Marigold, who is a College of Remembrance bard.
Very nice, very nice. Megan.
Hello, I was listening to our audio ourselves. I think we're a little quiet compared to you, especially Shawnee sounded pretty quiet.
Okay,
Just
let
throw that
me
out there.
let me try bumping you guys up then. Give me one moment.
While she's editing that, hello, my name is Megan. This stream and all streams that I'm in are brought to you by Vanilla Coke. It keeps me running. I will be playing Kervin. She is a monk with rage issues. She is a Bloodstained Titan. They're really, not Titan, Triton. Titan are what we're hunting. They're a really cool race. Scarlands is really cool. I'm excited to play it for you guys. We'll have fun.
Alrighty, very nice. I'm gonna go back to Shawnee real fast because I think we were pretty quiet on you. Shawnee, can you introduce yourself one more time?
Hi again. I am Shawnee, and I play a Manticore Ranger obsessed with boxes and yarn.
Very nice. Alrighty, Candy, you're up.
Hi, I'm Candy. I play Kai Thorncraft, the itty-bitty tin can halfling paladin. And I'm actually ready to continue this little fight we were in last week.
I know, we left in a pretty exciting spot, didn't we? Alrighty, Hiromi, last but not least.
Hi, I'm Hiromi. I play Zasa, the Asathi wizard. And I'm one of the writers on Technocracy Reloaded. So if the more funding that you send that way, the more things I get to make for you. So that's fun.
So support Zasa. Support our
dragon
lizard
hat
wizard.
needs.
Alrighty. So who wants to do a bit of a summary to say, what we were doing last time? Anybody can pipe up, so if you think you know what we did last week, tell us.
You guys bought Shaho a swimming pool-sized area full of yarn.
I wish. Marigold would. That's true. I think I've got notes, but they probably don't make a lot of sense.
I'll give the key
Oh,
takeaway
okay, there you
here.
go. Go for
We
it.
were on a boat. Motherfucker, don't shoot me yet. And we got lizard gear. We got lizard treats. Those are the main things I remember from the boat because
I was sick. I was seasick.
yeah, some people with weaker constitutions were sick, but you know, what can you do about them? Then we disembarked and we're in this weird creepy place and we ran across some weird creepy dudes who wanted to get handsy and we were like, no thank you, evil. And then they totally turned out to be evil and then I pushed one into a pit.
Yes, you did. with some help. A little help from Mage Hand.
Yeah.
We avoided some blood moths in between.
Yes.
Did I miss anything else really big and important so that we should recap?
We got a flying plant. Or it's on,
Yes,
it's on
that's
its way.
right.
It's on its way.
It's on its way. It's on its way. Yes.
Oh.
And oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say you're gonna get it this session.
All right. And I believe Marigold officially joined the College of Remembrance as the first
Oh yeah,
student.
that was the same session.
First student ever.
Yeah, I am the first college, the second college of Remembrance Bards
Bards, yes.
ever.
Because
I thought that was previous.
yeah.
What
well,
I wrote down in my notes were the different romance titles that Marigold and Karen were talking about. The different things that I bought from the Great Lazaro, and that is it.
the
what I
most
viewed to be
important
important.
things. All right, but no, that's a pretty good summary. Basically, you all took a trip down the river after Marigold got into his school. You took a trip down the river. You met Lazaro, the owner of the Lizard Emporium. You got to the Perforated Plains, started traveling, and as you were doing so, you found that there was some blood moths that you decided to keep your distance. They did not attack you. They're not interested in fighting you unless you start it. And then you also spotted a kind of strange wagon in the distance. With this wagon, you noticed a couple things strange about it. First off, it was very heavy, like it was kind of overladen, especially because it only had one horse, which looked kind of sickly. And there was just something kind of off about it. As you were traveling, the owners of the wagon called out to you, seeing if you wanted to trade, saying that they their horse was tired, their wagon was overladen because one had gotten eaten by a spider. And so because of that, they needed to offload some goods. You all decided to approach cautiously, and as you were doing that, it turned into a fight eventually, because they did not have your best interest at heart. They wanted to eat you. Because,
It's very rude.
sometimes that happens. Sometimes people want to eat you, and that's life. Right now, you are in the middle of that fight. Shawnee, if you can roll an initiative for Shaho, we can get her in this fight. Perhaps she was sleeping in the box,
In my
or distracted by her yarn, or any other number of things.
Probably all of the above.
I imagine that her lizard finally was the one who poked her and was like, stuff's going on. Put your yard down, Mitty.
Like, hey, we're fighting here.
We're fighting here.
Sorry, my screen's a little wonky on the new setup here.
Shaho just sleeps with like yarn plugs in her ear. And the lizard is finally like, "Hey, whap whap whap."
Wake up.
Like sleeping in the bottom of a box with like earplugs in is actually pretty well insulated from noise. So, and
So, yeah.
Shaho's so quiet and sneaky. Ordinarily, we just kind of assumed she was out there.
But she wasn't. Okay, so let me just reorganize this. We were currently,
A sleepy cat.
I was actually tied up in all of that yarn when I finally woke up, and I was like, oh, gotta get out.
It took you a while. Okay, let me just skip around here. We were on his turn. All right. Okay. So, I believe, I'm trying to remember who was who here. Which one did you? Oh, yeah. You knocked Corin into the pit. This is Cameron. There we go. Who doesn't speak Ledian or anything like that.
Delightful.
Yes, he does not speak Ledian. He only speaks Titan speech. Alrighty. So, let's get back into this fight here. Who do I need? That's what I need. Alright, he is going to reach out for Kai. One kind of bony, strange-looking hand. And, a crit!
Ouch.
So, on a hit, the target must succeed in a DC 13 Constitution saving throw. So please roll me a con save, Kai.
Oh boy. Okay.
Do you have Paladin Aura yet?
Pardon?
Paladin Aura.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's that at 6. Sorry.
No worries. All right, here we go. Ah,
Okay.
and yeah, fun
So
times.
you do fail the con save, which means your hit point maximum is now reduced. Reduced by the amount taken. So you took, it looks like 22 damage?
22.
Yeah, 22 damage. So your hit point maximum is reduced by 22.
Well then, all right.
What does that put Kai's maximum hit points at?
That would be 6.
Yeah.
Would a lesser restoration work on that, yo?
I believe it would. Also, it does get reset by a long rest. So this isn't forever. But you feel pretty awful right now.
Yeah.
As
I
you're
do.
touched by this bony, kind of gross-looking hand, you try to dodge out of the way, and you kind of actually end up going into the hand, and you feel your flesh start to kind of rot and degrade, and you feel very sick. You kind of recognize this as perhaps what was happening to that horse when you all got here.
Actually, hold on a second.
Oh.
Because it says a saving throw against disease.
Yes, this is disease. Do you get
I
bonuses?
have divine health. I have divine health,
Okay.
and I am immune to disease.
Awesome.
Okay, so
Paladin.
you, okay, so let me see. So it's a throw against disease. So you still take the damage, but
Okay.
your hit points are not reduced. So
Okay. All right.
yeah.
I like that better.
yeah, you're still at 6, but you're not at 6 until you rest.
I will take that.
So you feel kind of sickly. You feel like weakened, and then you feel your paladinness within you kind of be like, no,
Paladin.
paladinness. And you
Paladinosity.
are able to fight against that kind of sickening disease feeling that's within you.
Okay.
Oh, delicious.
It's
That
so
would have
tasty.
been devastating against anybody else. Like, I only have 24, so that would have
Yeah.
put me. Does anybody not have 22 hit points? What's Sasa's?
I have 15.
Wizard.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I would like to
Ouch.
say a creature slain by this magical disease decomposes at an unnaturally accelerated rate, reduced to a pool of putrefied muck after 2d6 minutes.
Oh.
So it's
Thanks.
fine.
I hate it.
It's fine. But Kai, it's your turn.
Okay. Let's
I can try
see.
to heal you.
I can heal too. Should I hit or heal?
Kill him. We got you.
All right, I will go. I'm gonna pull out the war scepter
All right.
and go to town.
Get him.
Hopefully.
Beep,
Let's
boop,
see.
Whap.
Oh no, I don't.
You miss.
But
Like
go ahead.
before, since it is a crit failure, I would like you to
Oh, was it?
roll.
Oh.
Yes, I'd like
Hold
you
on.
to.
oh, lucky.
Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky. Yes.
Lucky.
Reroll. Reroll.
Halflings.
You might be fine. Okay, you're fine.
Okay.
Woo!
Let me see if this hits him. I'm trying to remember his. It does. It hits. Okay.
Does. Okay.
Yes. So click your damage.
So I'm gonna go for damage here, and then if I need to, I'm just gonna expend a spell slot and do Divine Smite on top of it, because
Okay.
I want him gone.
You want him out of here? Okay. I
Yeah.
get that.
All right, so damage
Oh, okay. So he, yeah, that is just 10. So yeah, he's still up.
Okay.
But he's looking pretty rough.
There it is. Okay, so then I'm gonna do the Divine Smite.
Okay.
Get him.
Get him. Oh,
Another
so
14.
close. So close. Oh, wait, let me check something, because it is radiant. I'm not sure. Let me see if he has any weaknesses or anything. No, okay. So, you see him kind of swaying. He's still up, but it looks like even just like a little like tap's gonna take him down. Like, it's not gonna take much. You've really shown Cameron what for.
Okay.
Caravan, you're up.
Okay, I am scared.
Fuck him up.
I can't really get into flanking position. I'll just stand by the fire and punch him in the back. That's what I do. Kind of my thing.
Just get him.
Is it loading?
Ah, there we
There
go.
we go.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
20 hits?
A 20
Nice.
hits and a 20
Nice.
kills. Is there anything in particular you want to do, or is it just a slash and done?
I think I slash him with my right hand going like diagonal, and it pulls him on top of the fire.
Oh, okay. He's on the fire. It probably smells delicious, let me tell you.
Oh.
Was that really necessary? Oh my god, Kai, you look terrible. Hold still.
He stuck to my
Yeah.
claws.
That feels so good.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Hold on. Kai, just don't move, please.
Okay.
Let's do this instead.
I think that was very rude. Kai, you always look great.
No, I mean that Kai looks like they took quite a nasty hit. Remember how to type there. I think you're better
Oh.
now.
Oh wow.
That is a second level cure wounds for you, my friend.
Nice. Thank you. I will take it.
All right. Does anybody want to throw Cameron's unconscious and dying body into the pit to be with his friend?
Yes. No.
Yes.
To be with his friend? No. Down the
I
pit.
want to go see what's going on down there. Like, I don't know if that guy's dead or not, so I would like to get near the edge of the pit, but not too close to the edge of the pit.
Okay.
I'm just kind
Can
of.
you see in the dark?
I can see anything.
You
There
can see
is
everything.
Really big eyes.
Token is upside down.
I'm looking into the pit.
You look long into the
over
abyss.
the
The abyss looks back. Hi.
What you guys doing over here? That's
Oh.
a big hole.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anybody who's looking in the
Also,
pit,
what do you
just roll me and just a perception check.
Delightful.
I perceive at 20.
You do perceive a 20.
I
Oh.
see that. That's a big hole.
It is a big hole. It's a very, big hole.
hole.
All right.
Okay, so Caravan and Shaho, do you both have night vision?
Yeah.
Okay, so with your night vision, you both look down into this hole, and it seems like it goes on for a very long while. You're unable to see the bottom. You think that anybody who fell down this hole probably couldn't have survived it. It doesn't seem like Corin's going to be coming back up anytime soon, given that kind of fall damage would knock him flat.
Zasa. Do you know the light
Yes.
cantrip?
No, I do know prestidigitation, and I'm using it to make the air smell better because that's a requirement right now.
No kidding. Anybody
But
know
I-
light cantrip? Anyone?
I want to be clear, because I have 120 feet dark vision. I still can't see the bottom. I got some good eyes. I
I'd
ate a
say
lot of carrots growing
with
up under the tree.
120 feet, you could see the bottom. Since you can see 120 feet, it's probably nearing 120 feet. Like, it is hella deep. Like, it's not all the way, but it's you see a crumpled body down at the bottom. Doesn't look like they've moved.
Well, I can say that he landed.
Well, the other one.
The other one's behind us in the fire.
Right. Oh, we're just gonna throw him down there then.
I mean, we can. That's sort of like burying them.
We could also see if he has anything useful on him before it burns.
That sounds terrible. Okay. Somebody else do it. I'm not touching that.
I'll check it out.
Okay. Just
Sorry.
roll me an investigation just to pat down the body.
All right.
Pull it out of the fire first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
I'll,
wise. Where do you put him?
Part of him. Just here, I'll pull him kind of like over here.
Like right there?
I could have
Yeah, right there. There we go.
So
Oh.
I'm certain he's dead.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you can do that.
No, Marigold will draw his rapier with like a quick flourish and just have done with it to make sure he is absolutely most sincerely dead.
Here, we'll give him a big X.
There.
So we know he's been coup de grace.
Just making sure.
So he doesn't touch anyone else?
Never mind.
So, Kai, you're trying to
I
pat him
find
down
nothing.
to get more information, but you still kind of have the heebie-jeebies from when he touched you and you, like,
Yeah.
felt like you were just dying. So you're a little bit on edge. You don't really find anything. Is anyone else gonna take a look?
I'll look.
Yeah, I was planning on it. Also, coup de grace.
Oh, I don't see shit.
Are you all alright? God.
All very creeped out, apparently. Okay.
Ben!
Okay. I'm imagining Marigold, like, standing far away and just, like, moving things with his rapier, like... Yeah, so Marigold, with that 10, you don't find much on him, but you do, find that, he has, a couple more trinkets that look like they came from the, party the group that owned this wagon before. You find, a locket, you find a little pouch of gold, only like 5 pieces, not much. And then, beyond that, you don't really find much on him. It looks like he didn't have a weapon, and there's no notes or information, really.
Well, that's awful.
Do you think there's anything we could take back to maybe the families of the people who are in this wagon? I don't know.
Probably that locket, probably those few things. I'm going to
Is there
check
a doll or something, if I recall correctly?
the doll,
Mhm.
yes, we're going to check the wagon as well.
Okay. So
Yeah.
if you're looking through the wagon, now I'm just gonna let you look through it because there's no pressing matter of time. The main things that you see is there is just some trade goods in here. You see, it looks like there's probably a cask of wine. There's some standard rations. It looks like there's some silks and things like that. So they were traders originally, the people who had this wagon. But the
Right.
main items that you saw before, the ones that kind of made you feel a little bit weird about the situation, were the following. There is a set of armor that is made of metal and looks to be sized/shaped for an ironbread. It looks to be full plate armor. There's also a sword and a crossbow that weren't being used by the two. And then there was a discarded doll with elven and orcish features. So it was like elven features with little orcish tusks. It is slumped in the corner. It looks like it was well loved and not easily parted from its owner. It has a strange green/black stain on one leg. It doesn't look like it'd be worth much. It was just a toy. There's also a large, beautiful corset and a parasol that aren't packaged for display or sale, but instead they are just tossed in the corner as well. The parasol is undamaged, but the inside and edges of the corset have the same strange green-black stain. The parasol is white with a delicate floral design, and the handle is made of pearl. The corset seems to be sized for an orc, and the stains probably could be removed with magic. Finally, there's a fine cloak that is crumpled between the two. It is also stained. The throat has a clasp that is decorated with the tree of Ganges.
I want to investigate the stains.
Okay. Okay, so, Shani, with that 16 nature, you figure that those stains are the cause, or are caused by bodies decomposing in the manner that you saw this creature try to attack Kai. You think that if Kai had, died to this touch, she would have also turned into a pool of goo.
What do you
got
find,
it.
Shaho?
Well, if the stains basically they mimic what we've seen when we were getting here, the decomposing and everything.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, quick question, everyone. Pragmatism says we take what we can use, leave everything else behind. I don't necessarily feel good about that. But if there's something that we can use to keep ourselves alive out here, no, they're not using it. However, getting these people's personal effects back to their family may prove difficult because we have no idea who they were.
Well,
As a alternate idea, we could just take all of it, because I now have a bag of holding that doesn't have any chunks of Mormo in it.
Such a weird statement.
We could.
yeah. I think at the very least, the smaller, lighter things that are probably identifiable, like that doll doesn't seem super common. That's a really nice parasol, and I don't think a lot of orcs wear corsets. And that cloak is also really nice. I feel like somebody might recognize those. I think we'd have a harder time with the weapons and armor. And they're also heavier.
I think it all fit in the bag of holding. It's just, these people deserve a decent rest.
Well, they're just kind of goo right now.
Yeah, I'm checking the back of the wagon. Is it full of goo?
The wagon isn't full of goo. You think that the things, the parasol, the corset, the cloak, the doll, were all put in the wagon after the group was gooified.
Mm,
And that's why
Okay.
the items have some goo on them, but the entire wagon isn't gooey.
okay. Do we want to take the wagon with us, and what about this horse?
I mean, we should definitely not leave the horse here.
Yeah.
Let me just... hold on. I'm gonna walk over to the horse and have a chat with it.
Okay, you can have a chat with the horse.
Hello, old person. Horse thing. Sorry, I'm not really used to being able to talk to animals, and I don't even know if you can talk back to me. Do you want to come with us, or do you want to go back the way we came, back towards civilization?
You don't feel as if the horse necessarily understands you in the sense of being able to talk back, but you are able to get some feelings. It feels very happy that the flesh corruptors are dead. It feels kind of sad. You can probably assume that's because its owners are dead. But it doesn't want to be alone. Because this is a very dangerous area.
That's fair. Okay.
Well,
I guess
if the horse can pull the wagon, we can bring it all to when we head back to the city and see if anyone knows the group that had it.
special idea. Just take the wagon and go forth with it, and then come back with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with
Wasn't
it.
there the problem of the wagon was overloaded? So I suppose
I
we'll
don't
need to take at
Oh.
least some of it.
think they were being particularly honest about that.
No, I thought somebody saw that. Like somebody in their check saw that it was like there had probably been another horse, maybe.
What's that mean?
Yeah, somebody last week did see that because there was only one horse now, the wagon was too heavy for that horse to
Right.
pull it for long distances. Just because this wagon probably had two horses originally. The flesh corruptors said that a spider ate the other one, but you can probably deduce that was false.
I don't think my zebra would be up for helping pull a wagon. He's a bit too proud for that. Also smaller than the horse. I don't know. It's up to you not. I don't particularly care one way or another. There's no bodies to put to rest, so...
Komodo, could you help pull the wagon?
Or do we have something that would make the horse stronger? Can we do a training montage where we take the horse to the gym?
I don't think you can.
Eye of the equine. It's the...
I don't think you can beef up the horse that much, but I think that you could probably find a way using like the saddles that you have now on the lizards to maybe attach 2 of the lizards to the other side of the wagon. You know, horse on one side, 2 lizards on the other, to have them help pull. And it would just distribute the weight enough that they'd be able to pull it.
Well,
I'm down for that.
sure.
Fancy can try.
Moda's up for it.
Okay. If you want to try and affix your lizard to the wagon, just roll me an animal handling check.
Oh boy, this is gonna go great.
Yep.
We just need to make sure they don't get too upset with you. Okay. Okay.
What? Guys, what?
No,
Oh my goodness.
All right.
what? I am not yet a lizard master. I'm still working my way there.
All
Are
right.
you guys okay?
So you try and affix the lizards, but they don't like standing this close to a horse. And they're all just kind of a little upset in this area. They can definitely feel that something's wrong here. They're not having it, but you do have lizard treats. If you want to try and persuade your lizards with lizard treats, I would let you roll again with advantage.
Would you do it for a Scooby snack?
I will ask Menelu if he would deign to lower himself to help pull the cart.
All right, you can ask him.
And animal handling from me. I don't have zebra snacks. I guess that's a no.
I'm gonna try with mine too.
he,
Come
like,
on, lizards.
Flicks his tail up
well.
and like turns his back on you.
Oh right, sorry I asked.
Okay. So I would say with a 13 and 2 12s, you are able to affix at least 2 lizards to this cart. You can pick which 2, but 2 of them are affixed to this cart. They're not necessarily happy about it. You're gonna have to keep giving them treats as you go, but you are able to do it. They will be able to successfully pull this for you, and kind of bring the things with them. Do you put out this fire? It's probably just smoking kind of right now, but it is still technically going.
Is there anything
That's
around it that could
terrible.
be dangerous even?
That's it.
Like getting set on fire, you mean?
Yeah, like any sort of dry brush or...
There's some dry brush, there's some dead bushes and stuff, but they're not particularly close. You think if you left it to smoke, it might be okay, but you might want to have someone roll a survival to confirm.
Look at Shaho.
Here, Shaho, take these dice. Don't ask why, just roll them.
What am I rolling?
Survival.
Survival. Just to check and see if you're going to start a fire in the plains.
Okay.
With a 14, you think that the fire's mostly out. It's probably okay, unless there was some strong winds. There's really no wind going on, so you think it's probably fine to leave the fire kind of smoking as it is. Is this corpse going in the pit as well, or are we doing something else with him?
To the pit.
Yeah.
Okay, who wants to throw him in the pit?
No.
I does.
Okay, yes, I'll do it.
Okay,
Sure.
just roll me a strength check. I just want to see how easy this is for you. You can do it regardless. It's just a dead
Oh
body.
Lord, with these
11.
Okay.
You struggle a little bit because he's like physically taller than you. You're kind of like
Yeah.
awkwardly like doing it, but you're able to dump him into the pit. And you hear just kind of a loud like, and eventually there's a thud down at the bottom. You know, once it's gone about 100 feet to this deep asshole.
Really wish we could cover that or not stay here. Because what makes very, very large holes in the ground?
I think it's just the area.
Do I know
Do we
about
have an idea of what makes very, very large holes in the ground?
that one? I would like some stories, please.
So Zasa did read about this,
Okay.
at least in part. when you were in the library doing your research during the info dump, let me just grab this. The perforated plains are named for the thousands of rents and tears, sinkholes, as well as inexplicable shafts, chutes, and pits pot-marking the land, the result of eldritch storms that rage through the plains. Despite this perforation, some of the wildlife has started to return to the region. Swarms of blood moths and other insects flutter through the plains during the warmer spring and summer months, as do deer and foxes year-round. But some titan spawns, such as Churn's children, have also chosen this land as their own. They have no interest in leaving.
Okay, so not giant worms.
So probably not giant worms. I mean, maybe there's a giant worm, but there are other reasons for there to be giant holes in the ground.
If there's spice, there's giant worms.
The spice must flow.
What do we roll to check for spice?
I think that'd probably be a nature check.
Sure, hang on.
Do a nature check to
No,
check for
spice
spice.
Spice, check 2 spice.
Check 1, 2. Where's the
there we
spice?
go. All right, Caravan.
Kevin!
Karen,
knows about spice.
you found some spice.
Oh no!
Black pepper.
Anyway.
Eat every day. Sorry.
It's all right, forgiven. So now that the flesh corruptors are gone and you have hitched the wagon to your lizards, weird statement. It sounds like it's a some sort of what's the
Euphemism?
word? Yeah, like a euphemism or a double entendre for something.
I just want to say that technically, as a lizard master at 3rd level, Komodo has to obey me. So he's not happy about pulling this wagon, but he's doing it.
So Komodo was definitely one of the ones you were able to hitch. He's not happy about it, but he's
not happy.
you were like feeding him treats. Like, I'm so sorry. You're gonna get so many pets.
do this.
So you are able to continue on if you wish. There really isn't anything else that you think you really have to look into in this area. Or you can choose to rest here for the night. It was getting dark when all of this happened.
That's true.
Do we want to keep traveling or do we want to rest for the evening?
I want to go for at least a little bit. I feel really
Yeah.
weird about sleeping in the by the corpse pit.
Yeah.
No,
Like-
I'd rather
I
not, yeah.
slept a lot, so I'm ready to go.
Well, we could all
You-
pile into the cart and Shaho can drive it and then we can all sleep. Take shifts. And
I
that way
like
we're not
that.
in the sunlight.
Yeah, you could travel in the cart.
Just
I
nice.
do have proficiency with land vehicles. My 2 proficiencies are vehicle proficiency.
Well, so we can all
Nice.
rest in the back of the cart out of the sun
Mhm.
and perhaps travel more ground that way. Also keeps me from getting sunburned.
You gotta protect that pallor.
No, I just burn easily. I don't tan. It's ridiculous. Like, what happens? The sun hits my skin, right? I freckle like crazy after burning horribly.
Well,
Do
I
you know
don't
how-
think anybody would be mad if you wanted to borrow that parasol. It looks really nice.
No, I have my own.
He has one, yeah. He's
Yeah,
got one.
but this one looks really nice.
We
I'll
also
think about
have
it.
sunscreen too.
I have been religiously using that.
We're so equipped for travel, guy.
Rune also burns and then freckles. There is no tan. There is only pale and freckles.
I tan really well. I never go outside though, so you'll probably never see it. When I was a kid though, very tan. You know, that olive complexion. Right now I'm just pale, lives in a basement olive, so it's just very white. All right, so you're gonna travel through the night with Shahu, who was napping earlier, driving the cart. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
We have faith in Shaho.
Okay, so Shaho, I would just like you to just roll a perception check for me as you're driving through the night.
Are we still before she makes the roll? Darn it, never mind. It's fine.
Well, you can still ask your question, Megan.
Well, I was
just so I
going
can
to
know.
ask before she makes the roll, did we still want to go ahead and do watch shifts? That way she's not just by herself all night.
Oh, you can still
No.
do that if you like.
Yes, no, I'll take the second shift, except I can't drive a cart, so
We could still look out the back. You could watch our sticks.
And I have Komodo too, who is
I
an
actually-
attack dragon.
I only need 4 hours of meditation. I don't really sleep, so
Yes. You're
So-
very special.
did I do something? I know it was a little spooky, but really,
Caravan needs some sleep.
He's
have a
lashing
Snickers,
out.
Caravan. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
I would love a Snickers right now. Megan would love a Snickers right now. If anybody wants to give me one, thank you.
I'll take the second watch after I've had 4 hours shut-eye. Damn.
I'll get a nap in first because clearly I need it. So then I could do third. I guess.
I'll do first. Shaho's driving.
Okay. Okay, so you set up watches. Whoever is with Shaho on that first watch, please also roll me a perception check.
Oh God.
We got this, team.
Still on those low numbers, y'all.
Hey, it happens to everyone. You're okay.
Get it
So,
out.
Shaho, you see, you don't notice it at first, but you do start to see that there's something shiny, kind of like in various places as you travel. It looks like some of these deep pits have something that kind of like shimmers in the moonlight. I would like you to roll in nature for me. Okay. So, you think this kind of looks like spider webs. You'd have to get closer to know for sure.
I don't want to get closer.
You must get closer to the spider webs.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna move y'all to the next map.
Oh God.
Oh
You-
boy.
You don't
So,
quite see this
lot of
all
bodies.
right here yet, but it is here. But just as you're traveling, let me turn this music down. Goodness.
Kai, do you? I'm pretty sure there's like some spider web around us.
Yeah, you're seeing that there's spider webs in various of these pits. It's probably safe to assume there might be spiders.
Great.
Woo! What do I know anything about the spiders of this area?
Yeah, let me pull them up real fast. Let me see if there's anything in particular you may know. They're real ugly.
Oh boy!
Rude.
They're real ugly.
Oh.
I'm just saying that right
That's
now.
not
So
Delightful.
yeah, one thing you know is that they're pretty big.
I'm uncomfortable.
You know that they're large, and that given what you know of things that have to do with areas where there's Serpentholds, they might have stronger poison than normal.
All right, so I'm just
fun.
ooh,
Nope.
I'm just gonna go ahead and activate that.
I'm sleeping in the back of the cot. Sleeping in the back of the
Okay,
cot.
so you're getting your bark skin ready. All right. Okay, so you keep driving, right? You just kind of go about your business.
Yeah, I'm just on super high alert.
Okay. I'd like you to roll me. I'd say this is second watch now. Who's second watch?
If it's been 4 hours, it's me.
Okay, so Marigold. I would like both Marigold and Shaho to roll another perception for me.
Long rest get. Thank you,
Also-
spell slots.
Marigold, there's definitely gross large spiders that are usually in this area.
Delightful. I don't know
Hyper
something like-
vigilant, y'all.
Shaho's killing it.
I'm on the zipper now.
For real.
Saving.
Shaho, you see that there is a lot of spider webs in a particular area. To get past that area, you think you'd be able to, especially with your vehicle proficiency, you think that you can guide the animals through there without any trouble. But you think if you hadn't seen this, or if you didn't know how to drive a cart, you might have been in trouble.
Oh.
All right. Okay, you keep going. Who is third shift?
Mwah.
All right, so both of you roll perception.
I'm still
Do
awake.
you feel
Are
better?
you still awake too?
Caravan?
Okay, then all three of you roll perception.
Are you feeling better, Caravan?
I always feel great.
Doubtful.
Shaho's on it.
Look, she said
She does
spiders.
not need us.
I am hyper vigilant.
What's that, like, laser-eyed cat meme?
They actually have a filter and Snap for that.
We can do the laser ad cats.
Shaho, you see that there is another area that has a lot of webs. You're able to drive the cart past it. As you're doing it, though, you do see some eyes in the darkness. Many eyes. Too many eyes. Just kind of watching you.
What is the right amount of eyes? When does it cross into too many?
Yes!
That's a question to ask
6.
yourself.
6 is the right amount of eyes.
All right, so who is last shift? Who would be awake?
At least they're not like
Oh, I'm about to wake
Uh,
everybody up.
Okay, so is everybody getting up?
Hey, there's a lot of eyes watching us, and it's over 6, which means we should be worried. Like, my fur is just like standing up, rigid.
Oh my goodness.
Zasa knows what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Marigold's just blissfully oblivious, probably writing music in the back of his head while riding on a zebra, just like...
All right, so, Shawnee, did you roll another perception for this recent round? Or is that the 23 there? I'm not certain if you got 23 twice.
No. This
Okay.
Is I have to roll one more time.
Okay, roll one more time.
Too many
Okay,
eyes.
so-
Because y'all are all awake, and I'm
Watching
telling y'all
the
everything.
Yeah, you're busy telling everybody to look out for the spiders, so you're not looking out for the spiders. But Zasa, you see that, as the light is kind of starting to peek over the landscape, you see that there is a very large spider friend who is waiting for you.
Friend?
I mean, friend is subjective, I suppose.
Oh, no.
I don't like this.
I don't like bugs. Can you change it to, like, a smiley face or something? Oh, God.
But
I've just put my, character sheet over it.
It's so large.
just put it over. Just put it over.
So large. Fun times.
Mm-mm.
You-
No.
And it's saying, come at me, bro.
It's basically saying, come at me, bro. You do see that there's more eyes behind it, kind of in the depths of
no.
that pit. So you think there's probably more spiders in there.
No.
But
I think it has eyes on its butt. Just one really weird spider.
This is Animal Crossing all over again.
It's Terrestrial Island, guys.
I would like you all to, how are you going to try and fight the spiders in this pit? Or are you going to try and do something else?
Can I negotiate with them?
Something else.
We
You can-
attach all the lizards to the cart and try to outrun them.
You
Can we
could.
just-
Well, no, because there's pits everywhere.
There is pits everywhere,
Yeah,
though.
can we just set something on fire and then put that on fire thing into the spider pit from a distance and let the
No,
fire...
that's an act of aggression.
Yeah.
There will be, where there are many eyes, there will be many more eyes.
Spiders are active predators, says Caravan, as if she knows what this means. They're gonna come after us anyway.
I could probably try and shoot a flaming arrow.
I could sing at them.
That would make it bad.
Can you,
If-
sing them to sleep, like, Jacob?
If we make...
Look, I
If
know
we're
I'm
gonna
pink,
go
but
around
come on.
them, then if we're gonna try and go around them, then I can grease the way so that they have issues following.
Okay,
Is there gonna be like spiders on roller skates where they can't come after us?
Okay, so what I'm gathering here is that you're going to try and go around this specific pit where there seems to be a lot of spiders who are very hungry.
Yes.
And you're going to try and outrun them while also greasing the area outside the pit to make it so they
this
can't
had no
follow you.
badly
Is
at
that
all.
what you're trying to do?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, are you, like, going past the pit first, or are you, are you going past the pit first, or are you, like, going way out of the way and then just greasing around it, or, like, what's the order of events here?
I vote way out the way.
Okay.
Yeah, what she said.
As the vehicle expert, we should probably drive as far away or out of as we can.
Okay, so that's fine. With your vehicle expertise, I say you are able to guide the cart very far away without really deviating from your path. You're just able to basically put as much distance as you can. Who's ever casting grease, do so.
That would be the lizard wizard.
I don't know what you want from me. There's no roll.
Oh, it doesn't just cast
Oh.
it? I wasn't sure if there was anything that it does. Like,
Just greases an area.
is there a save for
Yeah.
it? For
It's
getting
gonna be
it.
a DC 13 dex, or they go prone.
Okay. Does that make a difference if they have many legs? Okay, you said DC Dex, okay. Okay, one fails. Another fails. One succeeds.
Oh.
So as you're going past, you're
I can cast it 3 more times.
okay. You're gonna cast again.
Yes.
Okay, so as you're really far away, you
Grease
see
the spider.
you see 3 spiders trying to get out of this pit. 2 fall. Their many legs just going like this. But one makes it out past the grease. It's booking it towards you. You know, like all the little legs moving, except they're big legs because the spider's bigger than you. Okay, Zasa, you cast grease again.
Yeah.
It fails.
Oh.
You see its little legs flip up in the air, and it actually goes falling into another pit.
Bye.
You defeated my spider trap.
Great, I guess.
All right. So after that horrifying ordeal, you're all able to continue, and
I have a question.
yes, go for it.
Is there actually a cart with dead bodies and some wild horses running loose here, or are those just for horrifying flavor?
That's actually what I was about to describe next.
Sorry.
That's all right. Once you get past the spiders, you see something in the distance. Let me get to my notes here so I can read exactly what you see.
Dead people.
Yes, basically. Okay.
Yay.
So, first off, I'd just like you all to just roll a standard perception for me.
I don't wanna. I don't think I want to see what's coming next.
Like, are there more spiders?
I see it anyway.
Oh, yay. Wow. Almost
Wow.
15 or higher.
Everyone except
no.
for Karen. So, all of you feel as if you're being watched.
Yeah.
No.
You don't think it's the spiders because they're busy, but you do feel as if something's watching you. As you're, watching this kind of these shapes you see in the distance, you do see that there is an overturned cart, as well as a pit that has some greenery around it. With the cart, it looks like there is a bit of a crime scene. You see 2 bodies. And you're a bit far away now to get much definition, but from what you can see, there are 2 corpses up in the distance next to that overturned cart and this weird green pit.
Well, I know what Marigold's doing.
I would like to, if I could. I think we have 2 of these. Take out, was it a compass that we got from Gregor? Or something that would point the direction to a nearby memo piece?
Oh,
yeah,
that thingy.
the little
the
amulet.
necklace.
You got the little amulet
Yes.
that
Yeah.
pulls towards Mormo pieces.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah,
Oh.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to pull one out, see if I'm getting any weird feels from it, because this is a weird place. It's like weird things.
Yeah, seems
It's a
green
weird place.
hole in the ground. seems appropriate.
Yeah, so as you pull out the amulet, I think it was in the bag of holding. It was put in there, so it wasn't, affecting anybody. I would like you to just roll me a just checking to make sure I'm using the right words here. I would like you to roll me a wisdom save.
Detect lips.
Okay, so
16?
Caravan, you feel pulled for a minute, but you're not, forced to walk out of the wagon or anything like that. You're able to.
That's good.
You're able to keep yourself to yourself, but you do feel it pulling you forward towards this big weird pit in the ground that has all the greenery by it.
Guys, I think we've got Mormo bits in there.
Great. Alright, let's
Well,
park it and I guess see what happened to these people. Hang on. Marigold will guide Metalloon over there.
Okay.
To the
I'm
bodies.
gonna unhitch Komodo.
Okay. Let's see here. Which corpse is not close to the pit? Or they?
The one that is furthest away from the pit is closest to the cart. It looks like it is a male human.
Okay, and the other one?
The other one is also human. They look pretty similar. Just do an investigation check for me.
Sure. Wait, do these match the description of the people that went missing?
Tema and Pip.
They do.
Oh no. No.
Oh, they're quite dead. I'm so sorry, friends.
So you do recognize them as Tema and Pip, at least what's been described to you. Tema, the woman, she appears to be a cleric. And Pip, he's not wearing any armor. He has some daggers. You think he could be a rogue or a monk or something like that. But it looks like they met a pretty bad end. Okay, Zasio, you're detecting magic.
yeah, it
so-
seems like a useful thing to do right now.
You don't detect any magic right here. But basically at the, you feel as if your magic may be just not detecting something, if that makes sense. Like, you're getting some faint magical auras from inside the pit, but it seems like it's too far away to give you really any more information.
Does it feel like a tip of your tongue sort of situation?
Yeah, kind of like a tip of your tongue. Like, there's some magic here, but...
Alright, I will go to the pit corpse that is closest to the pit, and kneel down and put my hands on his eyes and cast Deadman's Eyes on him. This is gonna hurt.
Okay, so was that on Pip or Tema? They're both kind of close to the pit. Pip
Whoever's
is closer to the cart.
closest to the pit.
Okay, closest to the pit. So that would be Tema. So as you touch Tema, you are transported, basically, to be able to see through her eyes. What you see is a very chaotic scene. There is a... You see that the cart is already tipped over beside you. You see Pip in the distance, just a little bit away from you, just out of reach, fighting with what looks to be some manticora. And as you reach out to cast something, your hand goes out, you start doing some sort of motion that looks like you're casting a spell. But before that spell can do anything, probably help Pip, you feel blood well up in your chest. And you look down, and you have been stabbed through the back. And you fall. And as you lay there in your last moments, you watch Pip fall as well.
Who killed us?
You saw that it looked to be a group of raiders of some sort. They appeared to be a group of manticora. But they, you do notice that one was carrying a book with a symbol on it. I would like you to roll, is religion a check?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll religion for me.
Sure. Do I even have that? 11?
So with an 11, this is familiar, but not super familiar. You think this, may be, it's something that you would be able to describe once you're done with this vision, and someone else would be able to tell you exactly what it was.
Okay, well, I died violently, so I take a 1d6 psychic damage. If you want to roll that on me.
Yep. You said 1d6?
Yep.
Okay. 4.
Ow. So
One more thing you hear as
I'm dying.
as you're dying, basically.
Cool.
You hear a yell from within the pit. It sounds like it might be a lot of people, and you kind of hear some splashing. It's like a yell that starts loud and then gets softer, and then a splash.
Bush.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, that's what you're able to gather. You come back with this knowledge.
And a headache.
And a headache.
Salsa, paper, quickly, please. I just saw something. Oh, God. I'm never going to get used to that, am I? Ugh.
All right.
If you ever did get used to it, that would be a very interesting and...
Distressing. Yeah, do you know what the symbol is? Scribble, 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 scribble.
Zasa, you can roll religion with advantage.
They were killed by Manticora. Sorry, Shaho.
Manticora?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sounds
with that
like
22, Zasa, you recognize this as a symbol of Vangal. Whatever Marigold saw in the vision, it looks like they may have been worshippers of Vangal.
Bengal or Vengal?
Vangal with a V.
angle.
Okay.
Bengal.
Okay, who is that, Zosa?
Vangal is the Reaver, the Ravager. He is... Strangely enough, he's not one of the Titans. He is one of the gods. He's the oldest god, and he... Well, Reaver and Ravager are pretty apt titles for him. He's a war god, and that means he likes killing. He doesn't really have churches so much as he has, carnage.
Delightful.
He's not nice.
No.
Alright, well. I think someone fell down the pit as well. Down there. At least that's what I heard.
Hey, Marigold,
Yeah.
were any of the Manticora that you saw, like, really heavily tattooed?
I think about it, were they?
They had some tattoos, but they didn't seem to be heavily tattooed, like was described to you, for being as a member of the party.
No, they were, I mean, I had some tattoos, but not like an overabundance of them.
Okay, so we're still just missing the other 3. Well, I'm glad it wasn't a betrayal situation from the sounds of it. That'd be really bad.
No, Shaho, are you alright?
I am. Just not all of the Manticora tribes are progressing in the same way, I guess, that my tribe did.
And, Shaho, that is something that you actually remember when you were doing research. When you were looking into the Manticora, you did see that this area in particular is known for having some pretty violent groups that follow Vangal. You know that another area, the Haggard Hills, has some super progressive groups. Some that are one that's run by Helena, and in general ones that have integrated better into society. But the ones that are known to be in this area are known for being kind of raiders. They're not, they aren't happy the war went the way it did.
There's a good chance we won't be able to reason with some groups we come into contact with, so be prepared for that.
So I would like you all to roll another perception check for me.
Ah, my least favorite words.
Oops, I forgot to turn off. the
That's
damage.
all right. I'll just take your first one, which is a 21.
21.
So
I'm shook.
yeah, Zasa and Kai,
Very
you
intense.
feel incredibly like you're being watched, but you also hear a sound from kind of over towards the edge of the pit. I'm gonna ping an area. From over here, you hear something. It sounds kind of like rustling or slithering. It sounds like there's something over there.
I'm about to bagpipe this whole fucking area.
Have 10 minutes passed, or is my detect magic still up?
I don't think 10 minutes would have passed just yet, because I know the dead man's eyes is only like a minute. Is anybody going to search the bodies more thoroughly?
I will.
Okay.
So I guess I'm like here, yeah?
Investigate.
Yeah, just an investigate for anybody who wants to search the bodies more thoroughly.
Well, I'll assist Shaho, I suppose.
Okay, so, Shaho, you find a couple of things. Just a minute. Gotta find where I put this. Here we go. So, on Tema, who is the cleric, you find a brooch bearing Tannel's symbol. So it's a symbol of Tannel. And you also find some daggers. These look to be pips. They seem like pretty standard daggers, but there is some fur on them. Given what you know from Marigold's vision, you can assume this is Manticora fur from during the fight. Beyond that, you don't find too much. It looks like they were, things were taken from them as if this was a raid. But it seems a little strange that the entire cart wasn't raided more, given that there's a lot of goods in the cart. So maybe something happened.
Wait, the cleric's a cleric of Tanil?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there is a moment of brief and horrible recognition on Marigold's face. He doesn't say anything, just stares at the symbol.
What does it mean, Marigold?
Oh, what? No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We just, not usual to see somebody who follows Tanil out here. We follow the same god, so it's not really every day I see somebody else who does.
We
Do
can
you want me to
bury
roll
them.
religion, or can I just say?
You can just say. I feel Zasa would probably know something, so.
Well, further complicating things, Channel likes taking the form of a manticora sometimes. So this presents an interesting conundrum of faith.
I don't think it does. Just because some random Manticora raiders came and messed with this cart doesn't mean Tanil is involved.
It doesn't. I'm just curious how many Manticora tribes there are out here.
What is everybody's passive perception?
Ass.
14.
Okay.
I think mine's like 13 or something.
11.
12.
Yep, 13 here.
Okay.
13.
Okay. Oh, by the way, you guys all did get in a short rest at least, so make sure you're all set up appropriately for that. I'm not sure if these tokens are set up for that, but
Has an hour passed, or am I still under bark skin?
when did you do that? That was back when we were with the spiders. So
Right, yeah.
Barkskin has passed, because that was during the night. If you had fought the spiders, it would have helped, though. Was the highest 14? For the passive perception?
Mine's 13. I don't know who's 14. Probably is also.
Shaho, what's your passive?
14.
Okay.
Let me just check here. Yeah. Okay, so, let me just do one thing here. Don't mind me. Can continue on with whatever you're doing.
I'll take the symbol as Tanil if nobody stops me. Start trying to give these people at least a proper resting place before we can bury them. That's what Marigold's doing.
I'll help you bury them.
Thank you.
I don't want you all to see when I do this.
Zasa's going to
And that look.
foolishly edge closer to the pit.
Okay, so you get closer to the pit. You can roll me an, just an investigation if you want to look down it. So from within the pit, Zasa, you do see that there is a ladder that is broken. It looks like it broke off pretty high up. You're not certain if that was just natural, maybe it was just not cared for properly, or maybe something else happened. You also see that you can kind of tell that there might be some water down at the bottom of the pit. And as that's happening, a friend shows up.
Who shows up? Oh,
A friend.
no. Well,
Oh.
So as you're all doing, whatever it is you're doing, I know that Marigold was, over by the bodies. Zasa's been looking into pits. A two-headed figure slithers out of the cave over here.
Fuck.
And it comes between you and the pit. So, Caravan, if you are that close to the pit, you would kind of be, shoved back by this big snake thing. Unless, of
Rude.
course, you refuse to move, in which case you can, roll to contest that.
I mean, given an opportunity, if it pops out and starts marching angrily toward me, I'll just step back.
Okay, so you would step back. All right, so you can move yourself
Yeah.
wherever you will, then.
Oh wait, that's a large creature?
Yeah,
Oh, hell no.
it's a big friend.
That's not a friend.
What are you talking about? It's
you
so happy
can't
to see
use
you.
that word.
It didn't bite me.
Yeah,
It just kind of bodied me a little bit. That's fine. It's like basketball.
Or
Boxed me out.
I prefer squatting to basketball.
Kevin doesn't look down on any display of physical prowess.
She's into it. She's into it.
Oh Lord.
So what specifically you see is a large serpentine thing that is 20 feet or more in length, with two heads that vaguely resemble human women. It has large yellowish fangs that seem to drip venom. In its face, you kind of see, the two faces. There's kind of a weird mixture of arrogance and fear. Even as it comes and puts itself between you and the pit. Does anyone want to do a check on what this is?
Sure.
I would love to know what this thing is.
What are you?
Okay.
religion? What? History?
You can roll history or nature. I guess religion might give you something as well.
I have training in none of those things, so yeet.
Okay, so Shaho, you recognize this as being a Naga of some sort. They are beings that were created during the Divine War, so they are a Titan folk.
Oh no.
They are,
Cool.
Basically two-headed beings that have kind of two consciousnesses within them. They are known for being quite poisonous. And they are able to spit poison, which can be particularly dangerous. You also know that they can rejuvenate themselves. If a Naga dies, it will return to life in 1 to 6 days. This is basically impossible to stop. They're kind of undying beings. They'll die, but they always come back again. Zasa, with your history, you remember quite a bit about these. They're an interesting type of being. Following the Titan War, the Crown Nagas that survived the initial terrible battles slithered off, seeking out holes and burrows in which to hide from the assembled gods. Some Crown Nagas still exist in hiding, but chances are they may not know what's happened in the world since the war, as they've been basically sheltering in their tunnels, feeding off of rodents, beasts, intruders. They aren't particularly known for being fighters, and if anyone can roll it, I would like you to roll a religion for me.
If it's trained or not
Done.
trained.
I'd say if it's trained.
Nope.
Zasa, you have it trained, correct?
Mhm.
Okay, and you did know about Tannel. So, what you know is that Nagas like this that may not know what's happened after the war could flee from someone bearing a sign of Tannel. But they might also do anything to placate somebody who claimed to be a hand of Mormo.
Zasa, do the thing.
Do the thing, Julie.
So, as you know, you're all kind of studying each other. It's studying you as you're studying it, and it eventually speaks. The first head speaks and says, "Leave now. Go. Pretend you never saw this place." And the second head's like, "Yes, go. Go."
I'm gonna pull the cover off of my cloak.
Okay. Revealing the Mormo cloak below, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you step closer at all, or do you stay where you are?
Yes.
Okay, so you step closer.
And in Titan speech.
Mhm.
What do you have to report in this area?
Oh, I didn't know. Forgive me. They
Things
both
are
kind
strange these days.
of lower their heads. They look kind of like they're afraid. But I would like you to roll a deception for me.
That thing that Zasa's known for.
Deception.
Oh. Can I use my inspiration to let her re-roll?
Oh no.
You could do something to distract from this horrible
Bardic
eye.
inspiration.
I do have inspiration as well. And
I think I was also wearing a cloak. I don't know if I ever
I have
switched
a
out of it.
I have the symbol of Tannel in my hand.
You do.
Uh,
Do you brandish it, or do you keep trying to do something else?
well, I don't speak Titan speech, so I have no idea what's going on. But my ass is holding a symbol of Tannel while I'm looking down at this cleric. So
Is Zasa the only one who speaks Titan speech?
Yeah.
With the Safi, I have like pigeon understanding of it,
Hmm.
but I can't speak it.
You see the Crown Naga's eyes narrow. First one head and then the other. You think that they have, while they are in a sense two personalities, they do still have some sort of symbiotic relationship, both in body and in mind. It slithers a little bit closer. It's not actually on top of you. That's how big
I
it
make
is.
room. I'm just letting it. There it goes.
Yeah.
It can go.
I'm gonna come right over here.
Yeah, if it's gonna do that, I'll just circle behind it quietly.
Okay. If you're trying to be quiet, roll a stealth for me.
Or would it be better to stay here so I can push it into the pit? No, I'll just stay where I am. Actually.
Let me just check its passive perception here.
this
'cause
can't go badly at all, y'all.
It is doing other things. Okay. So, Shaho, you feel like it just notices you. One head whips around and spots you behind it.
And I will bow very deeply to the ground.
You see its tail kind of shake, as almost as if it were like a rattlesnake, but there's no rattle there. You can tell this is kind of a sign of irritation, though. And As you bow, though, it, the irritation eases a little bit. Why have you come here? This is my territory.
We seek the dead, specifically these dead.
Well, they shouldn't have been here either.
That's probably true.
I have no idea
But
what's being said.
It does not change the fact that they were. And so,
Were they
become.
also servants of Mormo?
They were peripheral agents.
Deception, please.
I made it less untrue.
Okay. Let me just take a look here.
I don't want to fight this thing, guys.
I want a Naga girlfriend, so I'm trying to figure out how we can make that happen.
Hey, I mean, you can try and flirt with her. She might be into it. I'm not saying she's not.
There might be a language barrier issue.
There might. I mean, you speak Asathi, but she only speaks 3 languages, and none of them are Ledian.
Delightful.
Question though: does anybody speak Infernal or Primordial?
Let's see here. Ledian, Dundali, Elvish, Arne, Sylvan. No.
So if
Yeah, I speak primordial. Sorry.
you speak Primordial? Okay. So you hear her say something in Primordial. It's like they're talking to each other like that. Because knowing that, Zasa speaks Titan speech, she's making the assumption that Zasa probably doesn't speak Primordial. And they're talking to each other now. I don't know if we can trust them. The others, they were here for it. They were here for the peace of Mother. We stopped the birds from coming, but what if they're here for it too? We can't let them leave.
I think Caravan will just call out to Zasa, who seems to be doing most of the interaction, and therefore in Caravan's mind is most likely to be eaten. I think they're worried that we're gonna take a Mormo bit. She says this in common Ledian.
I mean, that would make sense.
Maybe we don't bring that up.
I can't understand a single thing that they're saying, so...
Should I try to stealthily scale down and grab it while they're talking?
I wouldn't go down there by yourself.
I mean, they've got 4 eyes and 2 swivel heads, and they seem to be pretty perceptive.
You see that their tail is, shaking again in irritation as you're talking over them. They can't understand you, and that's clearly causing some irritation. It gets a little bit closer to Zasa.
Okay, alright, that's close enough.
I'm gonna address... Would it or them be a better pronoun here?
Probably them.
I would say them's probably accurate if you are thinking of them as 2 individuals.
I'm going to... Seeing them just, looking a little irritated and approaching Zasa, but not wanting to tip my hand about the primordial, I'm gonna address them in a soft, since it's kind of like Titan speak.
Okay.
I'll just say, sorry, we're worried. You want us to leave?
It takes them a minute. You see one of the heads turn towards you, and it's thinking, trying to figure out exactly what you're saying. And eventually it's like, yes, everyone should leave. It says this in Titan speak, but you can probably get the gist of it. This is my home. This is my guard.
Well, it's a nice home. She's trying to use small words. Nice home you have. Good home. Nice pets. Spiders. Good?
Ah, yes, the spiders. They thought the birds were tasty.
They like birds.
Yes.
How do they like flying plants.
It looks confused. Both faces. They both turn to look at you, and there's kind of a weird, like, if they had actual eyebrows, they would be raising them. Plants?
Yes. Flower, bush, tree. They are the future of birds.
I have no words.
I'm so glad I can't understand you.
The future of birds. I like that. Oh, goodness. They turn around and get closer to you. They're interested that you're trying so much to communicate with them, even though you don't speak the same language. And both faces, like, kind of, like, slither down, and you have one on each side of you. You're interesting, says one, and then the other is like, very interesting. Haven't seen something like you before.
Somebody's gonna get eaten.
No, I'm gonna get a girlfriend's.
Is she trying to clap
Get a
them
girlfriend,
double
plural.
cheeks?
Yes. Well, I'm from water. Like you, but water.
Water. There hasn't been that much water here in a long time.
Ocean. I like to travel and meet people.
I would like you to just roll a what's the word I'm looking for? Words. A persuasion. Thank you. My brain was like perception. I'm like, no, you rolled perception enough today. Please roll a persuasion for me, but it is at a disadvantage because you don't speak the same language.
At disadvantage?
Yeah, disadvantage.
I can't inspire her first, can I?
If you thought, I mean, she is surrounded by a two-headed
Sure.
thing,
Sure.
so you could
I'm in a
do
naga
that.
sandwich right now.
Wait, but isn't that what you want?
It depends
Not
on.
like this.
You just get a thumbs up from Marigold, who's like,
You're doing great.
It depends on if Kevin was looking for like a Gestalt girlfriend or just like one of them.
That could make it weird. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're just dating one, it'd be a little weird.
I feel like they're like a 2-pack. You got to buy the whole package. You can't just pull out a single here.
is that technically a polyamorous relationship?
I think so.
It should
it
be.
counts.
I would say it's at least semi-polyamorous, but I mean, they sort of share a consciousness. They're a connected consciousness.
Which means if you break up with one of them, then it's going to be, but not the other, it's going to be super awkward.
It will be
Really
super
awkward.
awkward.
Well, relationships take work. I mean, polyamorous relationships especially.
I'm
A
gonna
lot of
use my
communication.
inspiration here to just roll normally.
Okay.
And you have inspiration from Marigold, so add a D4 or D6 onto that.
Okay, I'm gonna roll this and then add the. You let me know if it's a 4 or a 6.
I believe it's a 4 still.
Okay. Okay. So I'm guaranteed at least a 15.
Okay.
So-
Zasa's going to edge over to the. This
Yo!
pit was where the we thought the piece might be.
Yeah, that's where Marigold heard the fall and the splash. It seems to be the area that the Crown Naga is protecting the most, and that's where you felt like the touch of magic that was too deep for you to actually tell.
I guess I'm gonna try to just, perform a help function by like laying on my back and showing my belly in a very like I'm not threatening,
Oh,
not threatening at all.
oh, that's adorable.
Except that is a cat trap, and we all know it.
It is a cat trap.
But do
Hopefully the
Nagas?
Nagas don't.
I don't think Nagas do. They're very sheltered. Okay, so yeah, you see the Naga, both faces kind of pull back a little bit, and then they look like they've been influenced by you, Caravan. They slither back a little bit further away, like sticking by you, but not so much for the rest of the party. I'd like to hear more about the ocean. Yes, us more about the ocean.
Okay, awesome. Well, my particular part of the ocean is, do you know anything about the Titans?
Yes, the war.
Yes. We had blood come in the water and it changed us. So that's why I'm red and I have these and she shows her claws, and we'll just give a very light overview of what it's like to live in a tainted ocean as a sea monster.
They both seem really interested by this. They ask some questions, you know, you're able to tell them a little bit more. There's still a language barrier going on, but they seem to like you. You see them start to slither this way. Come to the cave.
What?
Okay, she'll sit back in a soft. One moment, so they don't worry.
Oh, yes.
As she turns to her friends and comment, I'm gonna go hang out with my Naga friends.
What?
I'll be back later. Don't get in any trouble. If one of us hears screaming, we'll know that's bad.
Okay, have fun. Wear protection.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
I hope I
but-
don't hear you screaming. Hope everything's nice and quiet out here.
Oh, God. If you hear bagpipes, please come back.
Okay.
Have fun. Be safe. Be home by 9.
Take care, Fancy.
Make good choices.
And she's going to wander off with her Naga friends. Surely nothing can go wrong here. This is fine.
When you cast Hunter's Mark, do other creatures know that they've been marked by it?
Put up Hunter's Mark. Let me see exactly what it says.
You could mark me.
I don't want them.
Okay, let me read this real fast. Okay. It's a divination spell, and it has just a visual component, it looks like, or voice component. So you'd have to say something, but they wouldn't understand you.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark, but I'll be like waving bye to Caravan and saying it.
Okay.
Like I'm just like, have fun. But
Now-
really I'm like,
Bye, Hunter's Mark.
One warning is you would have to roll deception with this. Do you feel you can succeed? So if you're doing it and trying to be stealthy, you have to roll deception for me.
oh, can I just roll stealth?
Boy.
Well, you're trying to lie, basically.
I won't do it. It's too
Okay.
risky.
Okay.
Caravan's life is at stake.
So
Oh my
as
God.
they start, slithering away, and they turn to you, Caravan, and they're like, you see their tail kind of come up and point to the first head, and the first head like, I am Narcissa, and then the tail moves to the second head and kind of gestures to its like chest area, and it's like, I am Nev. And so you now know that they are Narcissa and Nev.
She is going to, once they are like in the cave and kind of away from her friends,
Mhm.
she's going to switch to primordial.
Okay.
And she'll say, sorry, I was using Kasathi because some of my friends speak that and I didn't want to freak them out by just, going to another language. It's really cool to meet you guys out here. It's all just been mostly spooky stuff and goo people. Have you dealt with goo people?
Goo people. They seem a little
Yeah.
bit taken aback that you speak primordial, but then they're happy about it. Like they smile. You see like their big fangs as they both smile. It seems like they haven't had anyone to talk to in a very long time. Do you mean Churn's children?
I think that sounds like something that Zasa
Yeah.
was talking about. She is so smart. But basically there were these guys who were just like, looking for an excuse to put their hands on you and just turn people into. Have you ever heard of this treat called Jello?
No. What's
Okay.
Jello?
It's like, it comes in different colors, but it's made out of horses.
What? Well,
Their
horses
feet-
can be
yeah.
tasty.
And it's like really jiggly and kind of, if it gets hot, it kind of melts. And it was that, but green.
Oh. Do you have any of this Jello?
No, it's kind of like you have to have it fresh from a cold place.
Oh, not much cold here.
No, I don't think it's something you're going to get here. If you ever went into a town, though, you could probably get some. Do you ever travel much?
No, we have to stay here. It's, they look kind of fearful. We'll be struck down.
Why would you be struck down? You seem so nice.
And they kind of give each other a look, kind of like a weird look, like, the war.
The war's over.
It's over? When? Recently?
Oh, you're asking me history questions. That's a mistake. But would she have a general idea of when, probably?
Yeah, she would know. It's been over a century.
Like, well before, gosh, since before I was born, hatched? I don't know how we come into existence. Since before I came around, definitely. It's been a long time. A very long time.
Oh.
I'm just gonna shoot you a question real quick. Correct.
Yeah, go for it. Where are you putting it?
Discord.
Okay.
Secrets.
Okay.
I want to know the secrets.
I can't believe you're about to get a Naga girlfriend.
I can believe it. As soon as I came out, I was like, my time to shine.
So you basically use the monster manual as like OkCupid.
Yeah. Like anyone else doesn't.
Yeah.
I respect that.
I mean, it's the boyfriend manual or girlfriend manual, the significant other manual.
Yes. Like the old VHS dating tapes.
So, as you know, they're slithering with you. You know, they bring you to their cave. You see that it's pretty rudimentary, but they do have some comforts here. You know, they have like a big like nest made out of like cloth and things like that they probably got from passing traders and things like that. They have like a little fire. It looks like they probably do cook their food. You know, they're not eating just raw stuff. You think they probably use their tail as like a as like hands, essentially. And you see that there's also various other things in the area. Give me just a moment here.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there might be. I just have to find where I put the stuff. Where is
I
it?
hate it.
Here we go. So in that cave, you're able to see a lot of damaged armor and weapons. It looks like they've been defending this area for a long time. Some of the armor looks really old, like it's probably from the war. Some of it looks more recent. You see that there is some various things around the cave. You see some pouches of gold, some fancy daggers, a nice looking cloak over in the corner. But the newest thing that you see looks like the Vanglite raiding party that killed Tema and Pip. You see that it is a group of Manticora bearing the sigil of Vangle. And they're wearing studded leather armor. You also see that they have some goods on them that look like that was taken from Tema and Pip. As well as there's a book That book bears the symbol of Vangal on it. And this is actually the book that Marigold saw. Their bodies are just kind of like thrown in a corner in the cave. It looks like they were fairly recently killed within a week or two. And they're there.
The raiding party's bodies are there?
Yes, the raiding party. So the party that killed Temma and Pip.
I will observe these not too old bodies and be like, oh man, you just take out everybody who comes by, don't you?
Oh, yes. We have to protect the pit.
What are you so scared of with the pits? Is it your spiders?
No.
You think they'll come after your spiders?
No. The spiders are in the other pits. They're good pits, though. And you see, Nev, like, nodding along as Narcissa speaks. It seems like Narcissa's kind of in charge, but, Nev puts in information as well. And then you see them both kind of, like, slither over to the bodies, and they, start kind of moving them around at their tail. And they're like, these ones knew where we were. Their tail, like, pulls out a sheet of paper, like some parchment, that was on one of the bodies, and hands it over to you.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. What's it say?
So, as you're taking a look, it looks like it's a note that has the coordinates to this area. There is no signature, but roll investigation for me.
Yeah, does it look like it might be Cena's handwriting? 11.
So, with an 11, this looks kind of familiar. It doesn't seem like Cena's, but it looks like somebody gave them coordinates.
Interesting. Well, we were, like, Zasa wasn't lying. We were supposed to come find these dead people and see if they were okay. I don't think they're okay. They're pretty dead, so I think we could just say that they're dead.
Yes, the raiders killed them. We came out to see what the commotion was, but they were already dead.
And you killed the raiders back?
Yes.
That saves us a lot of trouble. Thank you. Because I think we would have had to have done something about the raiders, because you can't just go killing people for just, well, I guess you kill people who just try to go by. Are you sure everybody who's going by wants the pit stuff?
Well, not all of them. We don't kill just people wandering by. It's when they show intent, like you did. Not that we're going to kill you. They get kind of close
because
again.
that seemed kind of like you were gonna kill me. I got a little worried.
They get close again, like one face on the other side, and they're like, we like you.
Well, that's good, because I think you're pretty neat, too.
Yes,
How long have you been here?
Oh, many, many summers.
Like over 100, would you say?
Yes.
You need to get out some more. Like, I know you have this guard thing to do, but could you possibly, like, outsource it and hire someone else to do it for a while so you could go catch up with the world? Because you have missed a lot. A lot. I think you would really enjoy the ocean.
Who would we outsource it to? We can only trust it with a follower of Mormo. Our mother would be very displeased if we left.
Oh my, okay, so I have this friend, he's named Gregor, and she'll pull up her cloak to show, like, her, bit that she got from Gregor, her robe.
Mm-hmm.
He's a follower of Mormo, and he's really, really cool, and he went back to, gosh, was it the Perforated Plains he was going back to? I don't know. He has this cat named Jeff that he had to go take care of, but I'm sure once he checked in on Jeff, he would totally be willing to come out here. Because his last thing that he was doing for Mormo did not go so well. Like, all of his people died, and I think he would really be interested in an opportunity to prove himself. Also, he's really nice. You would like him. Oh. He's a high Gorgon.
A high Gorgon, yes.
Yeah.
We remember them. So as you're talking with Narcissa and Nev, the rest of the party, we're going to take a quick break, But is it safe to assume? Are you planning to go in the pit while she's distracting them, or are you waiting for her to come back?
No asterisks.
Yes.
So we got a yes and a no.
No, I'm agreeing with Zasa.
What the
Okay,
group
all
agrees
right.
to do.
Okay.
I definitely
No,
agree with
please
Zasa.
see footnote.
Wait, so are they in a different? They're in
Yeah.
a different pit. Okay.
They're in a cave.
They're in a
A
cave over
cave,
here.
okay.
This cave
All right.
You're in
here.
a cave.
Okay.
You can hear like loud chattering and laughing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They seem like they're getting on like a house on fire.
What?
A house is not on fire.
It's a saying.
They're getting on very well. You hear laughter. You hear
Yeah.
if you listen hard enough and if you have good hearing, you might be able to tell that they're speaking in a different language than they were speaking in out here. But
Screecher.
so we're gonna take a quick break so everybody can go to the bathroom and things like that. But we will be back and then we'll figure out what the rest of the party is doing while Caravan's on her date. Okay.
Yes.
Be right back, everyone. Alrighty, we're back. We had a break, and now we get to go try and figure out what the rest of the party is doing while Caravan is wooing the Naga. What are you doing, party?
So,
What should we be doing, guys?
We were burying Tema and Pip. We probably pulled all their useful stuff off of them, but we were putting them in the ground.
Okay, so you lay them to rest. Just kind of like over here somewhere, or, you know, like in a good patch of ground.
In a good patch of ground. Like, I choose the nicest patch of ground that I can find in this horrible wasteland. Sorry, my wig is driving me crazy, and it really itches. Okay.
That's okay. Alright, so you lay them to rest. Is there anything in particular that you say while you're doing so?
Well, I mean, Tema was a priest of Tanil. I don't think Marigold says anything particularly eloquent. I think this whole situation probably has him a little too rattled to really manage anything especially eloquent, but he says some prayers to Tanil for the loss of their priest, so...
Okay.
Rune is blanking, Marigold would say something nice.
I getcha. Alright, so, you successfully lay them to rest. Marigold, you know, says some prayers to Tanil. Do you keep the, symbol of Tanil with you, or do you bury it? Okay, keep it with you? Okay.
Yeah.
And then, what of, Pip's daggers? Do you take them with you, or bury them with him?
I would take one and leave the rest.
Okay, so one dagger goes in the ground with him, one goes with you.
Yeah.
Alright, so, the rest of you, you know, you're able to watch this, you watch the, like, the funeral rites that happen. And, Caravan is still off with the Naga in her cave. Do you, you do have the option to go down to the pit, while the Naga's distracted. You can just wait until they get back. Or you can do something else if there's something in particular you would like to do.
What do you guys think we should do?
I'm inclined to wait until Kevin's back, just in case there's something down there we can't fight without her. This place is incredibly dangerous.
I'm also inclined to wait, but we do have things that we could do that would make things easier on us.
How's that?
Well, if we can locate the piece, like if it's just at the bottom of this pit, then that's, well, I could just get it without having to go down there.
Could you? How?
Alright. With
Levitate
magic?
it.
Oh. It's a magic thing.
But I would like to know if our Naga friends can sense the piece, because if she can, then taking it right now would be terrible.
I say we trust in Caravan.
No, actually. I genuinely, they have a rapport. Maybe we wait for them to, I don't know, whatever Naga do. Canoodle?
Well, I don't know. Caravan
God,
is
those eyebrows.
making hard eyes, I'm pretty sure.
I've never seen anybody do... No, wrong. Never mind, I have, but not with a Naga.
Wait,
It wasn't a... Sorry, it wasn't a saucy, it's a long story. Don't worry about it.
Well, we have nothing but time.
That's right.
Marigold,
I would like-
do you tell the party saucy stories?
I do. They're sordid.
I'm like blushing.
Right, so out to the east, when I was on my way here, there was actually an Asathi stripper bar.
Oh, no.
And
What was this called? Just out of curiosity.
the Shimmering Scale.
Ooh.
Zasa, what are you perceiving?
I'm trying to look down and see if I can find the piece of Mormo.
Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay, so what you see down at the bottom is there's water, but you can't see much else. Like, it looks like there's water and some greenery. Looks like there's a big pool.
I'm trying to understand these stories.
Anyway, forked tongues, don't pass them by. That's all I'm saying.
I've learned so much.
You spend your time telling saucy tales.
Saucy tales.
Saucy tales. About a saucy tales. And then and then we go back to Caravan with Narcissa and Nev.
Can I give the DM inspiration again? Because that was terrible.
You, if the party thinks I can have it, then I'll take it.
Can I give you another bardic inspiration to use against me? Because I just took psychic damage from that pun.
Someone clip it. Someone clip that.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
You have 1d4 to use against me, so actually now you have 2.
I have 2d4. I have 2 that I can use against you if I need it. There really hasn't been a good time to use it, but I have it for my puns.
One's from singing.
Yes,
So, yeah.
I can't remember what I sang, but yeah, I sang last time. Caravan, you, Narcissa and Nev, have been, discussing getting to know each other. Narcissa and Nev, they are very sheltered. They really haven't left this cave. They've been in this area. They've done a little bit of exploring, for food and things like that. But they really haven't gone further than a couple of miles away from here. And they are fascinated with learning about the outside world, about what's been happening, about history, as much as you know, which isn't a lot in the way of history, but you give what you can, I assume.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
want to just kind of take a look outside. I'm providing a distraction. Does it seem like my friends are doing the extraction?
I would say from here, you can see that they are just all sitting around, listening intently to Marigold. You see that Shaho is blushing.
Typical Marigold. Typical Shadow.
And, then Narcissa and Nev, they see you looking, and they're like, oh, we are keeping you from your friends.
I just wanted to make sure they were okay.
Oh, I'm the scariest thing around here.
They were pretty scared of those spiders. Like, we didn't hurt them,
Good.
but we did,
Uh-oh.
oil them up a little bit. You
So-
might want to give them a bath.
Ah, yes. I will.
They
have
just
to
were,
do that.
gonna try to come eat us. We were like, we don't want to be eaten. So we just kind of made them slick and they fell over, and it was really cute, actually.
Yes, we think they're very cute.
But
Our
look, they're-
pets can get very hungry.
A chill just runs down Shaw's spine.
They do this thing with their tails.
I want to throw out there that next time a bird comes around, instead of eating it or feeding it to the spiders, that's how, have you ever heard of the USPS? I don't know how long it's been around.
No, we've never heard of the USPS.
The Universal Postal
It's the United Service of Parrot Syndrome, or so. I don't know what words are, but it's a bunch of birds that fly around and they deliver messages, and they're really smart and stuff at getting finding people. So it could be that some of your friends that you haven't talked to in a century were trying to talk to you, and you ate the messenger.
Well, we probably don't have any friends.
Probably.
Oh, sadness.
Well,
Sad snake.
sadness. We're solitary. We don't hang out with each other. And we've been here so long.
Are you just really introverted?
Shy.
Oh,
Well,
they're so cute.
I think in these types of times where it just feels like you're stuck in your house and you can't go anywhere and you haven't seen anyone for a very long period of time, sometimes you just have to make an effort to connect in any way that you can. And so maybe that can't be a face-to-face meeting right now. because, you know, it wouldn't be good for you to really leave the cave, and I get that. But you could still try to connect. You could use the bird system. I think there's a competitor called Zoom that works really well. If birds aren't working for you, it's like a magic spell service. It's more expensive, but also a little faster.
Well, that's canon.
Can we connect with you?
Yeah, I would. I think you need to take a vacation. I'm saying you should send a bird to Gregor. I can give you his tweet deets for the birds, and I think he would totally be down to come out and watch, and it would be cool. But also, I gotta throw out there, I don't know how you feel about this because I don't know what your job is exactly. I know you're watching these things. One of the things that Gregor was working on, and we're also working on, was trying to get all these Mormo pieces to the same place. Have you heard anything about this?
There's been whispers, but we didn't know where to bring it.
Well, I'm not sure exactly where they're going either. Part of what we've been doing is we go out and we get the Mormo pieces and we collect them and we bring them back to the people who give us assignments. And then they're taking them all somewhere to put them together. I don't know. They tried to explain this to me last time and I didn't really understand what was happening.
How much of this do you think is that you're telling the truth? And how much do you think that you're lying?
I mean, all of it sounds like the truth.
It's mostly
All
true.
of it is the truth.
It's mostly
but
true.
Caravan is also... She could give more details that would make it clear. She's not working with Gregor.
Yeah.
But it is mostly true. If I were going to decide, I would say deception with advantage.
That's what I was leaning towards, because I feel you're telling mostly truths. It's just you're dancing around the information that would make...
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd say deception with advantage is fair.
Or Caravan. She's not a talker.
She's doing fine.
Yeah, but it's just because she's kind of stupid, so she believes what she's saying.
Right, yeah. Like, that's what I was thinking. This is Caravan. Like, she doesn't really think that she's deceiving.
Yeah, I don't know.
If she doesn't think she's being that, like, deceitful, I would let you do, just a persuasion. I'm not sure if one is better than the other for you.
Yeah, they're exactly the same, but the outcomes could be different. I think for Caravan, like, she truly feels that Gregor is one of her friends, and like, these oath takers are kind of weird, but she also, from her party, they don't really trust Cena in this group either, so she might actually like the oath takers more. Actually, they seem to be more chill. All right, how about persuasion?
I'll let you roll persuasion with advantage, because I don't really think you're lying.
Go, Caravan, go.
I don't think she is. I think she's leaving out details. But I don't think she's lying. It's still
So, Narcissa and Nev, they kind of give you a look like, well, so you're taking the pieces somewhere.
Yes.
And where you're taking them is to put them together.
They're going together. I think they said... It's been a minute. I'm not completely sure. But I think they said it was like a vault?
A vault, yes. That would make sense. If we put the pieces together, perhaps Mother can reform.
Hey, I don't know what will happen. I think if they're all... Honestly, I think if they're all in the same place... I don't think it matters what anybody's trying to do. I think they're going to come together. Ultimately, I think this is what's going to happen. And we are working on summoning Mormo.
So you're working to bring the pieces together. You want to take it with you.
Okay. Again, just being honest with you because you seem really cool and chill. I am working for money. That is what I am working on.
Yes.
They give me stuff to do and I do it for money. And what they are working on is getting the pieces together. So we went out and we got fingers And then we went out
Maybe.
and we got Lips, and that's where we found Gregor. Again, you gotta meet this guy. He's really chill, and I think you'll really like him. And you should have friends. But anyway, I don't know what you are guarding here. If you want us to just go ahead and take it, or if you want to talk to someone, which you're gonna need to not eat the birds to do.
So they kind of give you a considering look, and then they start talking to each other. They're no longer speaking in Primordial. This time they are speaking in Infernal. So this is a very strange language, one you probably don't know. You've never quite heard something like this before, I don't think.
No, I have
And
no hints of this.
they're talking to each other. I think they chose this language so you wouldn't understand them. They seem to be, looking around the cave. You see their tail gesturing to something. It looks like they might be arguing with each other a little bit. But after a couple minutes, they come to a decision. And they both get really close to you again. One head on either side. And you see that their tail's doing something behind them. What's your roll of perception for me?
Oh, Caravan, don't die. 15!
Okay. You see that their tail is wrapping around something behind them as if to grab it and pull it towards you.
You're about to club me.
Do you do anything in response? Or do you wait?
They're really close to me.
Very close.
I think I'm just going to, because Caravan really likes them. I think she's just gonna lean over and make it obvious that she can see they're about to grab something. Like, are you guys okay? You seem like you might be arguing.
Yes, we were having a disagreement, but we've come to a decision. And Nev's kind of nodding, and you see the tail whip around and drop some a pouch of gold at your feet.
What's this for?
We want you to take the piece and bring it to the other pieces. The eye has been telling us, calling to us. And you say you work for money, yes?
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
So, hey, what do I need to? Is there anything I need to know about the piece? Because she has the amulet. Like it's making it sound like it's right in that. I say sound like the amulet doesn't speak to me, but it does this pool thing. Have you seen this before?
You broke up just a little bit. What was that?
Have you seen these before? These amulets?
Yes. You see them. Their tail goes back again, and they pull one up too.
Oh, cool! You have one.
Yes.
It's we're like twinsies. Tripsy.
Nev speaks up, and she's like, "In the pit, there's tears. It's a big lake. You have to be careful. It's poisonous. We don't go down there because it's steep. We wouldn't be able to get back up."
Okay, deep poisonous lake. And she starts repeating this to herself a couple of times. Maybe she's not good at remembering things and wants to make sure she can remember these details for her friends. Deep poisonous lake, very deep. Okay, what else do we need to know?
There may be others inside. They fell, and we left them to die.
Oh.
Yikes.
Does the poison do anything, reanimate corpses, or...
Narcissus is like, "No, we don't think so. But we haven't been in it.
Okay.
We're also not a corpse, so
No, you're not.
not right now."
Not ever, I hope.
Oh,
I mean,
we
one
would
day.
we would come back. We always
Okay.
do.
So here's the question. This is
Yes.
the big question.
Yes.
If I do this for you, if we go down and we get the piece and we bring it back with the others,
Yes.
are you still gonna stay in this cave or are you gonna go on a vacation?
Well, if the piece is gone, we might, go see the world a little.
You
Maybe
should go see the world a little bit. Maybe.
we can meet up for drinks.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna ask. So, Marigold, I don't think you really spoke to him, but he knows all the good taverns, and I bet he would know one that was like friendly for
I do.
I'm gonna say bigger people. Please don't be offended. You're just a lot.
No, we're
more
quite
than that.
large.
Okay,
We're
okay.
very prestigious and girthy.
Okay. But look, if we send a bird or a plant, you have to not eat it, so we can get you this invitation. This is very important.
Yes, we'll stop eating the birds and feeding them to our spiders.
Maybe feed them something else. Like, there are other options, I'm sure. Probably coyotes or something out here. I don't know.
Yes, there's foxes and deer.
Do you mind if, because we were supposed to find these other people, do you mind if I look at some of the stuff that they left behind? And she'll point to the book. And
Go right ahead. We don't need it.
yeah, she's gonna go over there. She's not gonna grab the gold or anything else, but she will get the stuff that looks like it was taken from Tema and Pip.
Okay, so you get the bracers of defense. There's a short bow with a fine wooden stock. And then let's see. There's also the spell book, which seems like it's important. It doesn't look like it belonged to Tema or Pip, but it is probably something that it would be easy to take with you.
Yeah, I should go ahead and grab it.
Those are the main things. There's also just some pouches of gold and things like that, but the ones that look like they belong to Tem and Pip were the bracers and the short bow.
She's not generally one for looting dead bodies or taking things from the dead, so she's not going to touch the gold. She is going to take, like, salvage and basically recover, and she knows that the book has something to do with something. She doesn't recognize the symbol, so she will take that. So I think all that is reasonable. She's going to gather it up in her arms and be like, okay, I'm going to go tell my friends what you told me, and we're probably going to get to it. Can you just, like, hang out near the top of the cave, and I don't know, would you be able to help us out if something really bad happened, or do you just stay up here?
Yes, we can guard it for you, for our friends.
Yes, that would be good. Okay, I will let them know. Narcissa, Ned, it has been really great meeting you. Hopefully there aren't any issues. And I get out of there with no problem, so we can hang out afterward.
Yes, we will have drinks. And then, as you're leaving, they lift that heavy pouch of gold again and, like, plop it into your arms. So you don't forget it.
Yeah, okay. Don't want to leave that. Okay. And she will, with the weight of just a lot of really bulky things in her arms and one clutching this giant gold bag, she's going to wander outside. Guys, I'm tired.
So, anyway, so they have this stage, right? 3 platforms with 2 above.
Help, please. These are heavy.
I go running over to Caravan.
Hands over the bag of gold.
Feeling this bag of gold, you feel like it's probably about 500 gold. It's a hefty bag.
Oh,
Yo,
that's
what?
probably heavier than me.
Oh my goodness.
It's like a sack of gold, essentially. Like, it's just...
Wow.
Kevin,
So-
are you alright?
Okay.
You're unharmed, right?
Yeah, she's handed the bag off and she's continuing toward the wagon with the rest of the stuff in her hand. So Narcissa and Nev are really cool, and they have hired us to go ahead and get whatever's down there and bring it back with the others, because I told them what we were doing and they were really cool about it, and they want to see them all back together too. So that's fine. Everything that I have here is from Tema and Pip, so I think that's what we were sent here to get. And also spell book. I don't know if it belonged to one of them, but it might be important. And she waves it around and then looks at it and just kind of tosses it in the cart till it's a book. Yeah. Tears. Deep poisonous lake.
Oh,
Might be
no.
others.
Might be other lakes.
Oh.
No, others were left inside to die.
Oh, so there's
Oh, that's reasonable.
bodies in the
Poisonous lake.
They let the bodies hit the floor.
Oh.
And then they haven't really checked up on them. They just let them hit the floor. So don't really know what's going on there. They don't think the poison like reanimates undead or anything, but we should just be aware. And that's all they really know because they don't really go down there.
Nothing wrong with you, right?
Well,
No more than usual.
2. Nothing wrong with you.
hmm.
Right.
Oh.
I mean,
You're
there's
making
nothing wrong
some
with
kind
me.
of reference that I don't understand, surely.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with you.
So
So we're all gonna go get down with the sickness now.
Oh, and that bag is our pay to
Ideally
go
not.
do this.
Not Kai, because Kai is really good against diseases.
It's
We
true.
do in fact
I
have
is not down with the sickness.
No, I'm not.
Well, let's get up and go get down.
With the sickness.
Um,
Mothers, get up. Come on, get down.
as you all get ready to go into the pit, you know, now
Get up.
after you've been given a job by Narcissa and Nev,
Open up your hate and let it pour into me.
Okay, we gotta take this seriously. We've been hired and our bosses are right there.
Right, sorry.
Narcissa and Nev, they
And I
lean down
want
to
to
you
make a good
again.
impression.
They lean down to you again, and you know it's one head on either side, and they're like, "Thank you. It's been lovely to meet you." And you get a kiss on each cheek.
Oh.
Now be safe.
You got Naga girlfriend!
Karen
You
can't really
did
blush because
it!
she's already red, but she looks a little flustered.
Caravan has Naga girlfriends. It is written into the lore.
Yep, that's written. Marigold's
I
just
think
like
we'll be okay.
this.
Caravan introduced them to competitive squatting.
I
Ooh.
should.
Yes, you should.
We can talk about that when we go out for drinks, though. Right now, we have to focus. We have a job.
Yes.
All right. So, is there anything you all do before you go down into the pit?
Oh, Kevin. You said you wanted to take them for drinks, right?
Yeah, just now, I think.
Right. So, there's a city about 20 miles north of here. Giant tavern, very tall ceilings.
Ooh.
The saucy
Okay.
minx.
Saucy minx.
Right, anyway. Piece of Mormo, piece of Mormo. You two are cute. 2, 3.
Three?
Three.
Maybe
You,
three.
y'all,
Those-
I just want
y'all.
to take her
Yeah.
to the ocean.
Yeah.
I think she would really like it. She seems like she could be a total beach babe.
Oh, okay, actually then, if you're going to the beach, there's a wonderful bar down there called Bikini Bob's Barbary and Barbarism. It's run by a barbarian.
Do they just call it like Quad B or something like that?
They actually just call it the Bee.
The B?
And it has it is, in
Okay.
fact, sometimes the sweet business. But it's down on the beach. So
Alright,
it's Bob's... I can't see it!
She's actually taking notes inside the cover of The Hills Are Alive with the sexy sound of music.
So Bob's Barbary and Barbarism on the beach.
Oh, man.
Run by Bob the Barbarian, called the Bee.
Barbarism on the beach. Okay. Alright. I think these all sound like winners. But really, we need to focus. I appreciate the help, but we gotta do this job first.
Yes. We are professionals.
All
I'm
right.
even a scientist.
You're a scientist?
You guys told me that. Last
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
right.
right.
She was a
Yes,
science-
she's
yeah.
a
Did we get her a
physicist.
coat? Like a lab coat?
No.
Well, let's see if one's down there with all the other stuff.
No, I think we did get you a lab coat.
I thought we did.
Yeah, no, I think we actually got
Just
Shaho a lab coat.
With all of my yarn.
There you go.
Yes, with the yarn.
I'm a real scientist.
This party is like absolute max whimsy.
They really
No.
are.
All right, Caravan feels like everybody's distracted, so she's just like, and she's gonna go to the hole because she needs to impress.
Wait, okay.
The
We
Nagas.
have rope. We have a
Mhm.
grappling hook. How do we need to set you up if you are going to be the one to go down?
Levitate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
just do
levitate.
that.
Yeah,
can
so in
get
the
up.
previous map, it looked like there was a ladder. Is there not a ladder?
It's
There is
broken.
part of a ladder.
Okay.
There used to be a ladder.
So,
Item formerly known as a ladder.
Let's try levitate first and see if it works.
yes.
Okay.
We.
Do we have something that helps against poison? Because I'm pretty confident in the deep dark waters, but not super confident about, like poison.
You all do still have,
Antidote, right?
yeah, you have like the herbs that you got that you can chew on, and it gives you poison resistance for, I believe I said like an hour. It gives you advantage on any saving throws against poison. If you already have advantage, then it makes you immune.
I have an idea. Is there any way, since we have a bunch of scientists in this party, is there any way that we could fuse Kai and me together so, like, the poison wouldn't be a big deal, but also we could swim and breathe underwater?
You said fuse?
Yeah, like
I did see something like that
like the Naga. Just
at the Shimmering Scale. It's sort
So,
of like two
I've
saucy.
seen that happen, but
I
I don't
don't-
A halfling
know
and
the
a
spell.
I
Triton.
don't have. Does anyone have an herbalism kit? where
fuse
they can
together.
Maybe combine them.
I've got a tattoo kit. Not that that's
I don't
gonna
think
help.
That would work. I don't have an herbalism kit.
all right, back to plan A. Plan A. I'll just take the herb. I think that might be fastest, is what I'm hearing.
Our
Oh,
powers
do you want me to
combined, full
roll it?
love.
I can roll it for you so you can smoke it.
Does that make it work better or have any other
It
fun
makes
side
you
effects?
intake it faster.
Well, you're
Than
going.
chewing?
Well, the thing is that you're going to be breathing in the poisonous water, so that you
Yeah.
also need to coat the inside of your lungs with this protective material, which means that the best way for you to do it is to smoke it.
Also, you're so
I-
smart.
Really don't know that that's the case, but okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a nature. check
Please
to
roll me up
roll
some
it.
dank poison weed.
I may not be the best. Someone else might could do better than a 13.
All right, hand it over. I'm going to roll a dexterity check to roll a fat blunt.
Of course you are. Go for it. Of this herb. Oh,
20.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So you take the antidote herb.
Let me
The
just here. You have to roll it out, make sure it's evenly distributed. There's a science to this.
you're able to take this herb that acts as an antidote and successfully roll it into a way that can be smoked. In doing so, it'll now be kind of in her lungs, and it will hit faster, as it were, instead of having to be digested.
Now, if you start to get anxious, just let us know. That's normal. Sometimes that happens. We'll get you some water, get you somewhere quiet. You're gonna be okay. All right.
Okay.
Sometimes it makes people anxious, but you should just take a deep breath. A little bit at first. Just relax. I'm so sorry. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna do great. Most of the time, it just makes people really chill.
Okay.
Also, this is going to be kind of weird, but I'm going to have to repeatedly talk to you in your head. Because while I can levitate you, I can't make you in control of the levitation. So I'm just going to keep talking to you in your head. And if you want up, let me know.
Can I
do
talk
that as well, Zasa? If you want.
back?
Yes, you can talk back, but only when I'm talking to you.
Zasa, are you telepathic?
I have message, and as long as
Maybe she
Carafin
has
doesn't leave 120 feet from me, I can keep talking to her.
Are you trying to tell me that I am only allowed to speak when spoken to?
Oh,
Oh boy. No, you know what?
No, but I
Actually-
can't hear you otherwise.
Let me actually. I can forge a telepathic link with you as well. So, if anything goes wrong, that you can let me know, and I can let Zasa know, just in case you can't message. Because message only works once back and forth, right?
Yes, which is why I would have to repeatedly talk to her. But your way seems less obnoxious.
So,
For her.
so Kevin,
I'd be
I'm
fine.
going to just make a link between us, so you can just talk whenever you need to,
Okay.
and that way you don't have to worry about it. And Zasa, you can cast message. So there's going to be 2 of us inside your head, but don't worry about it.
That's fine. Let's
I
make
don't
a
know.
friendship link. Let me smoke
What happened to my
once.
accent? It went all west for a second.
It's been a stressful day.
It has been. My accent's stressed. Get it? Accent stressed. Ah!
Okay.
All right, so what I'm gathering the plan is to send Caravan down. She's
Right.
taking the poison resistance herb, and she's going to be levitated down, and she's going to stay in contact with Zasa and Marigold. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
What if there's a fight? Caravan, I'm so scared for her.
All right, so you begin levitating down. You have dark vision, so you're able to see fine. You can see even to the bottom. As you go down, you see that, the ladder only went about like 10 feet before it broke. There's a particularly large rock outcropping that it seems to have gotten caught on, and as people tried to go up and down it quickly, it probably sheared it away. So it was just poor placement of the ladder, it looks like. As you go down further, you start to see that down at the bottom there is this deep pit of water. Around it is the greenery you've come to expect of a Serpenthold. And you get closer, and you see that there is a path that's been cut out of the greenery to lead away from this pit. There is some cleared ground, it looks like, that is further off down the way. But yeah, you keep sinking, and now you're probably about 5 feet above the water. Do you do anything in particular?
She's gonna take out the amulet. Does it seem to be pulling her in a certain direction?
Yes, it's pulling you straight down.
So she has this telepathic link. She is going to report back what she is seeing. So I think I'm just gonna keep going down because that's what my jewelry is telling me to do, and it's where the greenery is, so I think that's a good choice. But also there's a path that's been cut out here, and it makes me think that there are maybe not everybody died, maybe some people landed in the water and just kind of swam away, or maybe somebody's already if they'd already gotten at the Amy wouldn't. I'm thinking out loud at this point. I'm sorry, that's very rude because you can't help what you're hearing. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going down. I just wanted to let you know what's going on. So I'll check back in. Okay, thank you. Bye. And then she's gonna try to. I know Zasa is doing this, but Caravan is swimming through the air. So she's going to try to turn and kind of like if you have a dog and you're holding them above bathwater, how they start swimming. They're in the air.
That's so cute.
So
She's
as
trying to
you
get herself in the water.
get closer, I'd say your head probably breaks the surface, and the water is murky, but you are able to see that there's something down at the bottom. Roll an investigation for me.
Guys, there's something at the bottom of the lake.
Is that your best Captain Kirk?
Yes, Caravan.
So-
Shatner.
Even with an 8,
Perfect.
you are an aquatic species. You're used to seeing in probably dim, murky water, and with your night vision, this is what you see.
Fuck that!
All right.
Fuck that!
Wow.
Why are you screaming?
Guys, there's a really big peeper looking at me.
What?
A peeper.
Well, you're
See,
fully
you-
clothed, so the people with It's just a stalker, yes?
Eyeball.
Eye stalker.
I suck.
But
Big.
with that, we're gonna have to call it a close for tonight. So I'm gonna switch us to the no map screen. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll get to find out about that eyeball lake and that weird path cut in the greenery next week.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like you all to go around, say a little bit about yourself. We'll start with Shawnee, because I know she has something in particular to share today.
Hi, I'm Shawnee of Showcat Cosplay. I hope you have enjoyed me being Shaho, the Manticore Ranger. This week released on the World of Ivy podcast, there is an interview all about me. So if you're curious about me and want to find out some things, please check out the World of Ivy podcast episode. That is all about me and my cosplay experience.
Yay.
All right.
I've posted the link in chat for that, so it's right there. Check it out. Alrighty, we'll just go around the circle. Rune, you're up next. Who are you? What do you do?
Hello, I'm Rune. I make art for lots of things. Age of Sigmar, Soulbound. What the fuck have I been working on for the last half year? Stuff is happening. We just released a new archetype on the Cubicle 7 Twitter, so go look at that. You can find me here on Saturdays, my own stream on Sundays, Goldheart Gaming on Mondays, and I'm very busy, but I make art. That's me. Hello, at Rune Sale, everywhere. I play Marigold. I talk too much. I'm really tired. Bye!
Alrighty, Megan.
Hello, my name is Megan. I seduce monsters. If you want to
Yes,
hang
you
out
do.
with, if you want to hang out with me again between now and next week, please come back next week for more of this. I'm so scared of this eyeball.
Hello.
Tuesday and Wednesday, my typical channel, Chromatic Chimera. All my shows are landing up. So from 6 to 9, both on Tuesday and Thursday, I will be there playing in Elsewhere and Steamspell, respectively. It's a lot of fun, lots of roleplay. If you like this, come hang out with me there too. We will have fun, I promise.
Lovely, lovely. All right, Candy.
Hi, I'm Candy. I'm the DM of the Dicey Amazons. Our next episode is tomorrow of our History Rising campaign. The last one was a heist in a nut museum called the Yeet Shell Nut Museum. So, we're having a lot of fun on our channel. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central, we play every other Sunday. And then we also have a few other days where we play video games and do other things as well. So come check us out on the Dicey Amazon Twitch and interwebs.
Very nice, very nice. Definitely check them out. All right, Romy, last but not least.
Like we said at the beginning, sorry, I'm Hiromi. I write things for various companies. Most importantly, right now, Onyx Path. We have our Technocracy Reloaded Kickstarter. You get every few hours you get to see some snippets from that book, some of which I wrote. So that's fun. The more you donate, the faster, or rather, the more stuff I get to make. For Technocracy Reloaded, I made somewhere over 50 gadgets. I want to say 60, but the authorship at a certain point gets kind of blurry. So that's fun. Technocracy Reloaded is also doing a stream on this channel. Next Tuesday, we're doing our session 0. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific and other times in other time zones. Do that. It's fun.
Well, excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for joining us. I am Corinne, otherwise known as Manic Pixie Girl on Twitter. I have been your DM today. And every week here, come back next time. In general, you can find me on Roll the Roll, where I play in a Starfinder game on Fridays. And tonight they have a Pathfinder 2e game of Age of Ashes, if you're into that. So come check us out, and I hope y'all have a great day. Thank you for joining us. This did not go the way I expected it, and I hope y'all have a fantastic day. Say bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right, bye.